everyone. Soon I'll bring up Gianna, but she was a little fussy, so. Being diagnosed with cancer at any age is devastating. But being diagnosed at the age of 39 and learning that you're pregnant, for me, was the scariest day of my life. I didn't know anything about colon cancer. I don't have any cancer in my family, and I never thought in a million years that I myself would get colon cancer, especially at that age. I was lost. My family was lost. My husband and I had no idea what to do. We went to all sorts of medical facilities seeking guidance, support, and help, and we received terrible news. Most facilities immediately said, there's no way you can have chemotherapy and have a healthy baby. Through the luck of my community support, when my local oncology team dropped me after I decided to keep the baby, I met Dr. Weber. And Dr. Weber and my OBGYN helped give me a little bit of hope. Through my own research and my own self-advocacy, I called every doctor I could think of and heard about that had ever treated a woman who was pregnant with cancer. I learned very quickly that there are really only about 10 other women with documented successful pregnancies through chemotherapy and surgery. I luckily, through my persistence and self-drive and motivation to find the answers, reached out to 7 of these women. I was very fortunate through the Martha's mentioned, the Colon Cancer Survivors Facebook support group, who daily gives me and many other people support through this process. It is devastating no matter what your story is, and everybody has one. I am so fortunate that through my own gut instinct, my drive to keep my baby, and the support from Dr. Weber and my wonderful oncologist, who you're going to meet soon, Dr. Cynthia Gale-Leishman from NYU, who thankfully was willing to support me through my choice to have the full dose of chemotherapy and keep my pregnancy, despite the many other institutions in the New York and Westchester area that told me it was impossible. Through this process, I've been blessed with a beautiful, beautiful baby girl, Gianna Hope, who at this point is 4 months old and is so far healthy. I feel motivated based on my diagnosis and my story to help other people in this situation, especially women who are lost in the process and finding out they're pregnant. Believe it or not, since my diagnosis and pregnancy, I have learned that 3 new women who have been also diagnosed with cancer, colon cancer, and pregnant. I was 39, still very young. Some of these women that I have met are 24, 26, and 33. These women are amazing. They're young. They do not have Lynch, and there's no rhyme or reason why they got cancer. Unfortunately, through this process, I have learned that most of the 10 other women who have done this are stage 4. I suppose I should thank my lucky stars. I was stage 3B. 3 of those women have died, leaving their healthy children to live in this earth, but thank goodness, I believe they've laid some foundation for other people. I think more and more people are going to be getting cancer at a young age, and I think the fact that there's only 10 or 11 of us in the world and not a lot of data to share is important, that we spread the word that it's possible to have chemotherapy and to undergo surgery and get anesthesia and colonoscopies even though you're pregnant. And I did, and I'm so glad I did, because my beautiful girl is here. One important thing besides my story is I want to just mention something that Martha also mentioned, which is about caregivers and how important not only the patient who's affected, but their families, their husbands, their mothers, their fathers, cousins, sisters, brothers, and children all suffer through this process and devastating diagnosis, and we're all affected. It's terrible. I'm just fortunate enough that my story was so compelling that I got lucky that I had a wonderful community that rallied behind my diagnosis and pregnancy, brought my family food throughout my entire battle, and supported me left and right once I decided to keep my baby, and continue to support me today. So I just want to thank my family. My children are here. My husband's a godsend for taking them out, because I'm sure you've seen them running around, but I did want them here to especially thank them, because without my family, my mother, who's come every other week during my treatment to help me, I wouldn't be here today. But one thing I also must say to my daughter Gianna, who doesn't know this yet, but I saved her life, but she saved mine. So thank you all.